I'm happy with that part. Parts I'm not happy with. Today's a pretty good day, really. I mean, my new shop's coming today. So they called, said they needed it out of their yard and it needs to be in mine. So they're bringing it down, delivering it. We're gonna stack it on the basketball court for now. I mean, I'll show you. It's snowing, snowy, crap weather still, so I can't get my my dirt work done yet. One step closer because the building's gonna be here. So we've got some clattery old diesels running outside. As you can see, it's still a winter wonderland here. So this right here will all be shop before very long. As soon as it warms up, we'll get this all moved, get some dirt work done, put a shop up. But today, I gotta move a bunch of junk. I got a derby car, the Toyota donor truck needs to go, this stuff has to get moved, Jace's Geo, just some junk out of the way so we can unload a trailer. So we'll get going. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I'm tired of snow. Ready for summer, bring on the hundreds. Hunter, you may have to climb under here.
Oh no.
All right, there's that one. I think I'll start the old rollback. We'll load that on it. Jace's car, I don't know what to do with that, but we got some stuff to move. A little ways.
You had it.
So close, yet so far away. All right, I think all we got left is to move the FJ, and then I think we can back that trailer right in here and unload the whole shop. So. All right, shop's here. So you guys got here, we're gonna unload this thing, and the basketball court will not be a basketball court for a month or so. It's gonna be a storage area. Jace will be happy. All right, so these guys are gonna get this all unloaded. Shouldn't take very long, and we'll have a shop set here. All right, that's the shop right there. So all we need is some of that sun to stay out, dry this place up so I can get dirt work done, so I can pour concrete, and then we'll have some more room. So it's coming.
We just got a new shop that we haven't been able to put up yet. We're gonna need some help getting the interior done. So any local-ish
We need some framers.
Yeah.
We need some electricians.
If you want to come down from like up north or Las Vegas, we're totally fine with that.
We're not begging for free. We just want a good deal, a decent deal.
Yep.
Fair market price. But yeah.
I've got some honeydews up to the house that I really
hit us up. This area, there is nobody that wants to work. So we're after people that are willing to work, that want to just show up and get a job done. That's what we're after.
But you got to have a contractor's license. We don't just want anybody. We want to make sure that you know what you're doing, you've had experience. So if you want to shoot us an email to fabrats@gmail.com, let us know if you're interested. You can hang out with us for a couple weeks or something, right?
Hang out?
Hang out by us. You'll be busy.
Us. You'll be working because we're going to be working.
You'll be busy. So.
Yep.
Anyways, let us know.
Kumbaya. The shop is going. We're going to get the shop built, and we'll have some room in here. I'm ready for room. So.
Yeah, and all this stuff will be good so we can entertain you.
Yep. It's awesome.
All right, morning. We're back from the Wrecker Games. That was pretty crazy. There was a lot of people, and we were in an untested rig. So she's got 153 miles on it now. We're getting her broke in. We're going to do our first oil change on it. I'll give you the ins and outs of what we liked, what we didn't like, what we got to change, stuff we really love. We'll go through that. So parts I hated. These right here. They're not my favorite. Roger. Yeah, let that winch thing go. Oh, fell off the guy. I have some ideas on how to fix them. I think I'm going to take some little 1-inch tubing and put on the back side so it holds it down in the roller. Then these things here, they're completely gonna go away. We already lost one. And I'm gonna put 1-inch tubing down in here so that it holds this rope and that it has something smooth to run on. So then I think I'll be happy with them. Because right now we've got a seat belt and some tie wire holding it in here. My tail lights, as you can see, I'm not happy with those either. I mean, a rope hit that one and done that damage. Ben ran into that one and damaged it. So the reason that we put them where we did is because I used to have a control box sitting right here. So now this is my control box, which I can put anywhere. These tail lights are gonna get moved right up to here, which is gonna make my table longer, more working surface, and I'll never get into them right there to break them. I got some work to do. We're going to build a carrier for the back of this so that stuff's not just swinging back here. That was always been the plan. We just ran out of time. So you're gonna see us get that carrier built. Basically just get more familiar with this thing. We'll take you inside now. The inside I'm pretty happy with. We still have to make the stereo work and get all the cameras hooked up in it. The rugged radio, not happy with that. It's the wrong frequency. I can't talk to anybody. So we're gonna have to deal with that. My switches, I have the boom hooked up currently. These are the winch switches. I gotta put one more winch switch in and hook those up. Then I won't be dealing with all of this. Right now, I'm trying to juggle all these remotes and figure out which one's which. It was good. We're figuring all these winches. I need switches. We're hardwiring them to some switches right here, so they're just labeled and they work. It's popping out of gear, out of high-low, and the front end. My air pressure gauge, which is right here, that controls my airbags, doesn't work. So I can't tell how much air is in my system or how much is in each airbag. So this was a brand new gauge. It never worked from day one. So I ordered a different brand new gauge and we'll see if it works. The seats are plush, man. These seats are so comfortable. Rudy even commented several times like, man, this thing is nice to ride in.
It is cushy, I've got to say.
Performance-wise, motor. On the dyno, that dyno said I made 200 horse, which I think it's way more than that. I think it's at least 250 to 300 horse. We're gonna take this thing to Lake Havasu and Brian Macy is gonna tune it. He's the guy that basically told me what to get for all the injection stuff on this motor and helped Merlin decide what parts to put in it. So we know a ballpark of what it should put out. So we're gonna take it down and tune it and get it to put out all it can. It runs really good right now, but there's more in there. So we'll get it broke in good and we'll see what she's got. I've never been in a tune like on a dyno and had anything tuned in my life. So it's gonna be exciting to see that all come out and happen. Air conditioning and heater doesn't currently work because all of it's just sitting here. It's gotta go back to Chad's. Chad ran out of time and he'll get the AC hooked up and we'll charge the AC and then it'll blow nice and cold. The heater, you don't really need the heater, it works. It like radiates through the floor. We'll give you the plans for that. So we plan on dyno matting the entire inside of the cab. We're gonna fill these hollow doors full of foam so that they don't rattle, so that they're nice and tight. And then we're going to Raptor liner the inside of this, just like we did the FJ, just to quiet it down. The suspension works awesome on this thing. It flexes, it works really good. I've had a bunch of comments, people worried about my tires rubbing my fenders, if I'm gonna address that. No, I'm not. It was designed, that's the bump stop. When the tire hits the fender, it won't go anymore. So we designed it for that. It's not like it's hurting anything. It's round pipe and flat tube, so it's not hurting a thing to rub on it.
Do you have any blind spots or anything that you can't see, like the mesh or any
No,
of
the
that?
mesh was a good idea. Thank you guys for talking me into it. When we broke that soft shackle, which we'll show you in a second, the rope actually wadded up in the passenger back window, so. Probably would have broke my window if we hadn't have had that mesh in there, so it was a good call. All right, so this is the soft shackle that failed on us. It probably is not its fault. This is the same soft shackle that we used in the car flip over, so. We wrapped the rope around it and then put the soft shackle to hook the ropes together. I think this was up against metal and it cut it, and we didn't notice it because some of these are cut instead of fractured. So I think when we took this and hooked it on the dead pull and we hit it as hard as we hit it, it just exploded. So not the rope's fault, operator error once again. All right, as far as body damage goes through 777, we rubbed each rock slider a couple times. But we never took any body damage. We never hit any paint. The thing is designed pretty well, I think. I'm pretty happy with it. We still, I mean, ratchet straps are holding my boxes on top. I don't know if that's how I'm gonna leave it or not. I'm still dreaming on that. If you guys got any good ideas how to strap those boxes down that's a little more permanent than a ratchet strap, throw it in the comments. Let me know. I'm open to ideas on that stuff. Lighting wise, this thing is insane. These lights on the front and the KCs on the top, it is super bright at night. We'll take you out at night and show you this one day. Probably in Moab when we're over there, we'll show you how bright this thing is and what you can see at night with the lighting. During the whole wrecker games, I ran 12 pounds of air in the front. No, I ran 10 pounds in the front, 12 pounds in the back on these KM3s. They worked awesome. You can see they're barely starting to round off to where they're gonna start hooking now. They were brand new. Once these tires are broken, they're gonna hook even better than they did that day. So we just get the rest of it finished, and I think we've got ourselves a tow truck. We were fairly worried about the cooling system in this because it is a big block, but we put this new fan clutch on it, and this thing ran at 190 all day long, every day. We never had to worry about it. It just worked. We've got a little bit of an air leak we've got to address right here. All in all, the brakes work phenomenal in it. The transmission, oh, that's another thing. The trans temp gauge doesn't work, so I don't know what the trans got to. The fluid's still awesome, doesn't smell bad, so, and it didn't ever give us signs it was bad, so we're gonna put a new trans temp gauge in it, then we'll know more about the transmission. But I actually never heard this fan come on the transmission during the day, so it never got to 180, ever. The steering is flawless. It turns no matter what. PSC stuff works awesome. ORI's in the front. This thing rides, for an 8,000 pound rig, this truck rides awesome. All right, these winch cables. We spun the Badlands winch ropes off of these and put the Yankum stuff on here. And Ben ran into this rope all day long because we didn't have brakes, so he was just bashing into the back. Look at this fair lead. It took some damage, I mean, but it's not hurt. It's not hurt at all. It's not rough enough that it's gonna rough a rope up or anything. This rope got smashed and beat, but it still worked. It never broke, hung in there all day. I'm pretty happy with them. All right, on to the tools. They really, I didn't even hear them during the competition. Maybe I was too focused on doing other things, but I didn't even notice them back here. So I think with this chunk of foam in there, we put a magnet behind the wrenches. So some of them will swing still, but most of them are magneted right down. So I currently have a hose reel ordered. It says it takes up less than a 1 foot by 1 foot square. So it's gonna go, it may go right here or it may go on the other side, I haven't decided. It's a 15-foot air hose reel. Then I can stretch it out and air anything I need to up with it. So you guys seen us like 3 days before the wrecker games. We scrapped all of the PTO stuff because it wasn't working. And then we've discovered this problem we thought we might have, but we have it. These winches, they will pull like a freight train, but they're slower than cold tar, which is terrible. It's not what I need. We're thinking these may be electric before the Tow Truck Olympics. We'll see how this all pans. And we installed this electric over hydraulic, which is awesome. So we were able to lift the boom up and down with the car hanging on it. We could extend in and out with the car hanging on it. it didn't seem to care. It's pretty dang cool. When I'm fully extended, straight up, the top of these is at 12 feet. For cars stuck in the mud, things like that, you're trying to break suction on, super handy. You can just lift it up and do a little winching and things will move. When we did our car flip over in the sand, we raised this boom up and pulled off the top of it so that the truck would ride a wheelie. It worked out pretty well, actually. We probably should have went a little higher so we got a little more, but they were like 3 feet off the ground, so did pretty good. I'm happy with that part. Parts I'm not happy with. This puddle of 90 weight that's underneath of here, we used gaskets on the 205 instead of silicone. Our mistake. The gaskets are leaking, so we're gonna have to pull the doubler and the 205 out and seal them up and get that leak fixed because I hate leaks. They're a pain. That's pretty minimal things that I have to work on this truck, considering we hand build it from scratch basically. I mean, pretty much just the cab of my dad's old wrecker left. He would have loved this truck 10 times more. I'm happy with the air lockers front and rear. It's so nice. You can steer it, you can kick them in and out and be able to drive this thing. So we're pretty optimistic. This truck is gonna be good when we're 100% done with it. All right, we'll throw this thing in the air and show you the underneath. We'll check for damage because honestly, we haven't been under it yet. All right, let's start in the back. All right, we bumped both exhaust pipes, just barely. No nothing under that. I know we drugged this 14 bolt a whole bunch. We did. I'm probably gonna take a grinder and grind it like a runway so that it'll slide up over stuff. Okay, it looks like we definitely hit here and here. Hey, those lights that you said I would rip off, they're still there. Looks like we hit both of these corners. Rear drive line has no spots on it. The front drive line, let me tell you guys about this. So it just rubs on the header right here. It rubs a little, but it's not anything serious, so no damage. I can't see where the leak's coming from, but there's definitely a leak somewhere. Front bumper doesn't look like it ever hit. Looks like the front diff cover took a beating, so that we never hit that. I was worried about hitting that. It definitely turns lock to lock. You can see that it's hitting on both sides. It rubs right here. So it goes up and it will, hey look, there's a weld I forgot to finish weld. We'll get to that. So we know that the tire hits right here and right here, but that's what it does. On both sides it looks like. That's a pretty good first test run in front of 7,000 or so there at the show, and then however many people watched the video. We tested it in front of you guys, so. All right, we got some mail today. Richard sent us some stuff. That's pretty sweet right there. GoPro case and a handle. Oh, look at that. GoPros. This is gonna be so handy for our jet skiing trip that's coming up on us. Thank you, man. From Jerry. Yeah, SD card reader stuff. That's a mic. That's cool. Maybe they're tired of not hearing us. Yeah. Some cap drill bits. That's cool. And the last thing was a little chamfering bit. So when you cut a bolt off, this puts the nice taper on the top. So thank you, man. We'll use that stuff. This one is from Richard. Smarties. Okay. Stickers. That's cool. Looks like he sent us a bunch more stickers. They're for Ed. He's got all kinds of stuff for Ben's Jeep fenders. Thank you, Richard. We'll put these on some stuff. All right, we're gonna drop the oil out of this thing, see what it looks like, put some new in it, because she's broke in. Oh, you know what? This is a magnet plug right here. There's no metal on it, which is good. That's what we like.
That means it's not Landon's motor all over again.
Nope.
My hair's kind of messy.
She's good to go. You didn't even get ready to be on camera today?
No, my hair just, like, it deforms itself.
What will all the young ladies think of you?
They'll say, get some new hair.
That guy's a slob.
Not?
Oh, you're not?
No.
All right, we'll screw the new filter on. We'll let that just drip dry for a minute. That filter's pretty dang heavy right there. It had a lot of engine building. Anytime you build a motor, that collected all of the bad stuff, so it did its job. I had some black paint, so I figured, why not paint the rear end so it doesn't rust anymore? We're just giving a little touch-up work here and there. We're not gonna do too bang of a job because it's gonna get scratched. We don't really care. I just don't want it to rust all of it away.
Robbie Layton who?
Exactly. That's beautiful. Tighten the oil plug and we'll drop this on the ground, put some oil in it. Alright, we'll dump a little Prolong in it. We got some AMSOIL 1030 going in it. We should be just barely above full, which we are. So then we'll start it, which should put us right at the full mark. That's all we're gonna do to the old girl today. Got the oil changed and she's serviced. She's ready for the next job. So next time you see it, we'll probably be putting some taillights and getting her all prepped and ready for Moab. So thanks for watching.